What's up? I'm 29 years old today. Today is my birthday. So I decided to make you guys a video about, I don't know, we'll call it my reflections in life. I'm doing it off the top of my head, but I kind of know what I'm going to talk about because I talk about this stuff all the time, right? So I'm going to tell you 5 things that I would tell my younger self or kind of anybody, right? Just from the amount of time that I've lived and the things I've been through. My personal view on things, my philosophies. Don't care if you agree. If you take something out of it, it's good. If you don't, it's fine. My first thing is have a purpose, okay? Something bigger than yourself. It helps you wake up in the morning, man. And when you just live life for yourself and when you just do things for small pleasures, bro, life gets difficult, man. It's hard to go to work. It's hard to work out. It's hard to do a lot of stuff. But when you're doing it for something bigger than yourself, man, it's different. It's not as difficult. I don't want to go to work every single day, but overall, I'm very happy that I get to improve people's lives. I'm very happy that I get to help people, that I get to talk to people. And if I was just living life for myself, I don't think I would feel like that. Well, I know I wouldn't because I had a job that paid a lot more money and I wasn't really happy. So live life for something bigger than yourself. Like we were wired to help each other. That's why we live in communities. That's why we're very social creatures. You're not supposed to live life for only you. That could be your family, that could be society as a whole, but do something for other people. Have a purpose that's bigger than yourself. Also, it's just a lot easier to disappoint yourself than it is to disappoint other people. If I only told myself that I was dropping a video today, if I don't do it, I'm like, whatever. But if I told everyone, hey, new video coming out today, 6 o'clock, and everyone's waiting at 6 o'clock, and I just don't do it, I'm like, oh man, it's kind of messed up. I shouldn't do that, right? So the consequences just feel different, which will help you stick to the stuff that you're trying to do, right? The next thing is this life is not promised, so don't put everything off. Don't put everything off until the end because you don't know when the end is. Okay, I've uh, I've lost a lot of friends, like to death, not like just broken up friendships, and you just don't think it's gonna happen, man. The first time the first time I knew someone personally, like really close, that died, I was 14 years old, and it was really unexpected on a run. You know what I mean? She died because she got hit by a truck in front of the whole cross country team. You just don't expect that, bro. Like you don't expect that. So I think from then on, I knew like, man, I'm not invincible, bro. I mean, you still kind of think that. I was a teenager, so I was like, yeah, whatever. Everyone's life is like part of my story. It's not real. That's how I kind of thought in my head when I was a kid, and I just thought bad stuff couldn't happen to me, but it can. And along those lines, forgive people more often. You don't have to forget, and you don't have to exactly let them back into your life, but just don't hold on to that stuff, man. There was a guy, I'm not gonna say his name, but we fell out. We were cool, and then he died. I don't know if I ever would have apologized to him or if we would have apologized to each other. I don't know if I would have cared, but the fact that he died, it made me feel bad. I felt sad that he died, even though we weren't on talking terms. Maybe we never would have been. And I just wish I would have, I wish we would have squashed it. The stuff that you fight over in 10 years, like it's not important. It's really not. It seems so serious right now, but the stuff that you deal with in daily life, like almost all of it in 10 years doesn't mean anything, which is why you should focus on, things that are important. Call your parents more. Call your grandparents more. Call your aunties, your uncles. Text them back. I'm guilty. I don't be texting people back, but they're not gonna be here forever, man. Every time I talk to my parents, I see them getting older. Makes me want to cry, man. Sometimes I just lay in bed and I'm like, dang, like my parents are gonna die, bro. That's insane. My brain can't comprehend that. Like, I cannot imagine my parents not being on this earth, but it's gonna happen one day. So, call your parents, call your grandparents if they're still alive. If they're not, then you already know what I'm talking about because you're experiencing it, right? The next thing, take more chances. kind of goes with the last point, but bro, life is full of ups and downs. Life's not as serious as people make it, bro. Like you see stories all the time of people that hit rock bottom and they come back and they do all kinds of stuff. So take chances, bro. Put your money into something. I mean, don't go completely broke and be on the streets, but if you do, you'll bounce back, bro. You'll bounce back if you want to bounce back. Life is hard, but people always find a way. You know what I mean? Take more chances. Be creative. Put your music out there. Put your podcast out there. Who cares if nobody watches it, bro? Maybe nobody ever will, but you don't want to be 60, 70 years old if you make it that far and saying, you know what? I wish I would have put my content out there. I wish I would have invested my money in this. I knew that was going to be a good idea. That's what everyone says, right? Like, I came up with that first. I could be rich right now. Sure, bro. Show us. Put your money into it. You know what I mean? If you always wanted to play a sport, who cares if you're 30, bro? Go try to play. Play for 5 years. Just be like, yo, I actually thought I was better than that. I tried and I sucked at it. Cool, bro. You did it. It's over. The next thing. Keep an open mind. A lot of people told me when I was younger, oh, you get more conservative as you get older. And I kind of believe that, but now I just realized that their minds just closed as they got older. They didn't want to accept change. I have not gotten more conservative as I've gotten older. In fact, I'm surprised at how far away from being conservative I am, especially with where I grew up, the background that I generally come from. I'm not very conservative at all. I'm sure you probably know that if you follow me. Keep an open mind. Be willing to listen to people's points of view. See people as human beings, not as money-making objects or whatever you might call it. People don't have ones and zeros, you know what I mean? We're people. We have stories. We come from different places. Some of us come from rougher places, you know? And someone's life might be harder than yours, or it might be easier than yours, but it doesn't mean that both of you guys aren't human beings. You know what I mean? Keep an open mind, listen to their story, and hopefully they'll listen to yours too, because that's a problem too, both ways, right? Somebody thinks my life's harder. I don't want to hear anything you have to say because you don't know my struggle. Well, I can't know your struggle if you don't tell me, right? So we got to talk to each other. We have to listen. And that's something that I do a lot more as I got older. You know, I listen to people, even if I think it's completely opposite to what I believe in. I will listen to you, bro. I will listen to your story. I might still not agree with you at the end of that story, but I'll listen now. When I was 18, 19, 20, I had life figured out. I'm like, bro, nah, this is what I stand for. I don't care what you're talking about. I'll never listen to anything you have to say because it's completely against me. I'll listen now. I like listening now. I'm like, you know what? After you told me that full story, I completely see why you see the world like this. I still don't see the world like that because we come from two different places, but I see now. It makes way more sense. I thought you were evil before. Now I just see everything in your life pushed you that way. Of course you will be like that. You know what I mean? So keep an open mind, man. It helps you understand people better, understand life better. And generally, I think it just makes you a happier person when you don't think that everything's black and white and the world's attacking you and blah, 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 whatever. The last thing, be happy. Work for your happiness. Life is about being happy. And I think all the other points kind of tie into that, right? You can't be happy if you're working only for your retirement. If you're like, man, I'm grinding 80 hours a week. I don't care about my 20s, 30s, 40s. I want to live a nice life when I'm 60 years old. Bro, first of all, you might not make it to 60. Second of all, bro, that sucks. Like, who wants to just vacation the last 10 years of their life, bro? Like, I don't want to just live the last 10 years of my life. I want to have fun and be happy the whole time. It doesn't mean you can't still work. That doesn't mean you can't still do things to ensure that you do retire, but bro, take advantage of this time while you have it, because you'll look back and you'll just say, I wish I did more stuff. I wish I whatever. Bro, we don't even know where this country's going to be when you're 60. You're doing all this for retirement, bro. The whole economy could crash. You could lose everything you ever worked for. We've seen stuff like that happen before, right? So, and at that point, all you can say is, man, that sucks. And with that, other people are working for their happiness, even if you don't know it. And that might mean you lose some friends, and that's okay. Um, sometimes people realize to be happy, they need to push everything away that was part of their unhappiness. And that might be you. You know what I mean? So also, you don't be afraid to cut people off. If that's what you need to be happy, it doesn't matter how much history you guys have. Somebody's going to call you unloyal, disloyal, whatever. But only you know what can make you happy, man. If someone in my life told me today, like, hey, man, nothing against you, but I want to get rid of everything from my past and start new, that's what's going to make me happy. I'll be like, man, it's kind of sad. We've been cool for so long, but I get it. That's what you need to be happy. Like, there's no point in being tied to someone or something out of loyalty if it's going to just cause you pain the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You just have to just take that L on whatever people are going to call you. But, like I said, if you keep an open mind, you might understand why somebody did that. So that's why I said all this stuff kind of ties in together. The more you are in search of happiness, the more you keep an open mind, I think you understand the things that other people do better, and you don't take things so personally, because a lot of stuff isn't personal. People are just trying to figure life out, you know what I mean? And if you take everything personally, you'll be offended all the time. You'll be hurt all the time. So anyways, thanks for watching. Even if it's only one person, like I said, I do it for y'all, or you, if it's only one person. That's what helps me make these videos. It's not really for me. It's for somebody, somebody watching it. It's going to take one thing away from this video. And one thing is enough. You could have a polluted pond, and if you only take one trash bag out, somebody might say that's not doing anything. But if you keep taking trash bags out one by one, you know what I'm saying? We change the pond, and that's the world. We can change the world. I can change the world through one person, because that one person might take something I said and tell somebody else, and tell somebody else, tell somebody else, and then we got a completely new earth. You know what I'm saying? So that was some real hippie stuff I just said, but it's all good. Thank you for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.